welcome back to the Movie Marketing and Distribution Podcast powered by Auchi Edo. My name is Alex Stoltz, and as well as hosting this podcast, I'm head of film at Auchi Edo. I will spell that, by the way. That is USHERU. That's Auchi Edo, and you can find all about us and all of our resources at auchieedo.com. And at Auchi Edo, we are passionate about innovating movie marketing and distribution and making this process more effective and impactful. So I am very happy today to be joined by someone who has an amazing track record in this space in a rapidly growing market. Tega Williams is the marketing manager for Silverbird Film Distribution based in Lagos, Nigeria. SFD, or Silverbird, holds the exclusive rights to distribute Universal and Paramount Pictures titles in West Africa. And that includes, of course, the recent release of FastX. So I am very excited to be having this conversation, to learn more about Silverbird, to learn more about distribution in West Africa and Nigeria. And so, Tega, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Alex, for having me. It's my pleasure. Let me first of all give you a little brief about Silverbird.
Perfect.
Silverbird is a group of companies owned by a private individual known as Senator Ben Moribus. He founded Silverbird like so many years ago, over 2 decades ago. So the Silverbird is comprises of the Reading FM, the radio station, in major cities in Nigeria: Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, Jos, Onitsha, Benin, just to name a few. And also we also have the Silverbird Television, which is the Silverbird Entertainment Television, and the News 24. Silverbird Television is the entertainment television station, and the News 24 is the news and current affairs television stations. That is part of the company. And they also have the Silverbird Cinemas. Silverbird Cinema is the first private-owned cinemas in Nigeria, if not in West Africa. So, and Silverbird, we also have the Silverbird Real Estate for the Silverbird and entertainment and the lifestyle. So that's what the Silverbird is all about. And with that, and also with Silverbird, we also have the Silverbird Film Distribution, where I work as the marketing manager. So what we do at Silverbird Film Distribution, we distribute movies, both Nollywood and Hollywood. Even we are also looking at distributing a Bollywood movie as well. So that's what the Silverbird is really all about. That's what Silverbird, that is Silverbird for you.
Yeah. It's quite it's a multi-channel, massive organization. So that's really interesting. And I'm fascinated to know more about the distribution. How many films do you normally release a year?
Okay, so in a year, let me use the year 2023, we have over 25 movies on our list that are ready to. So I think to begin for the year, we start with the movie The Plane. Then from The Plane, we have Dungeons and Dragons. We have Super Mario. We have John Wick 4. We also have the book review and other movies. So the just released one is the Fast and Furious 10, also known as FastX, or FastX, also known as Fast and Furious 10, was just the latest blockbusters that shook over, not just only in Nigeria, in West Africa and the world entirely. Because I think people are really like, after seeing the FastX, they are looking for maybe the 11 and what the 11 has. But so Silverbird, like, even after this one, this next week, which is on the 9th of June, we have Transformer that will be coming to the cinema nationwide from next week, Friday. And in July, we have the Mission Impossible by Tom Cruise. We have a lot of movies, Silverbird Film Distribution, that is set to release for the year 2023.
Yeah, big movies.
Yes, indeed.
And generally, I'd love to know more about the market, and generally is because obviously the region's very famous for Nollywood as well, and are people going to see both Hollywood and Nollywood, and what's the sort of balance, in terms of box office?
Okay, so in the Nigerian market, I would say the movie that really caught people's attention more, when you talk about Hollywood, we're looking at the action movies. Action movies, people want to see the character, the stunts, the action in the movie. Then when we now come back to Nollywood, we're looking at drama, movie drama. Those are what really for Nollywood, because we look at the life of like the AY movie. Like we have a lot of them, and the just one the Booker Street of Booker Hut. We have a lot of them. If you check the movie that really do well in the Nigerian market, is comedy. Like they say, because sometimes I think comedy help you calm your nerves because of the stress people go through on daily basis. So I think the Hollywood comedy helps you a lot, make you relax, help you to forget about all your struggle, what you're going through. So the comedy sells more than romance or anything at all in Nollywood. But in Hollywood, action, people want to see action. What is new in the action in the film industry, and who are the character in the movie? So that is talking about Nollywood and Hollywood.
Yeah, that makes sense. And it's similar, I think, for a lot of countries. They like the comedies for their own from their own country, and then it's those big spectacles from Hollywood.
Okay, you know why comedy will sell more in your own country? Because the language is something you understand more. Like if let me get like an Hollywood comedian, then whenever they give their comedy, not everybody will understand due to the language barrier. But the Nollywood comedy, everybody understand the language, and they use more of our local language that help you to connect more with the movie. But the Hollywood movie, they don't even understand your local language. So they'll just give you either the American English or the British English. But the Nollywood, they will not only give you either the British English, but also give you what we call the pidgin English. And not only giving you the pidgin English, they also give you your local dialect. Either they speak in Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, Urhobo, just to make the comedy, just for you to relate more with your comedy. So that's why a comedy will do well in the Nollywood. And because, because the Nollywood, they are still growing when it comes to action. So they can't really match with Nollywood, with Hollywood. So they're like two different hands. So you know where your strength is. So the people tend to relate with you more with your strength. So, and I think so that's why the comedy will do far better in the Nigerian market.
That makes a lot of sense. And you have a lot of dialects and languages, right, in Nigeria?
Yes. We have over, if I'm not mistaken, over 200 languages. So you can imagine like in a particular state in Nigeria, let me say like in Delta State, where I'm from, we have over like, if not 20 to 30 languages. So you cannot imagine, not just only in Delta State, in Lagos, where I base, we also have, even in the Yoruba, they have different Yorubas as well. The Igbo, they have what we call the Delta Igbo, the main Igbo, the Eastern Igbo, and other stuff. We have the Ijos, we have Delta Ijos. So they have a lot of languages in Nigeria. So so the Pidgin English is like the general language that everybody understands. Even the A class, the B class, the C class, the D class, everybody understands the Pidgin English, and everybody relates with you in Pidgin English as well, no matter the class where you belong. Even the president, the governor, the senator, a professor, the doctors, everybody speak Pidgin English. So people relate more with you with Pidgin English. So that is the Nigerian language.
Fascinating. Lots of challenges, I guess, and for distribution, but we don't necessarily have here in the UK. Tell me about the market now. I saw recently that in 2022, box office they grew like 40% or 44%. So that must be, that sounds very positive. But are there challenges as well. Tell me, Tega, what's the scene?
So the challenges in the Nigerian market, where there are a lot of challenges. First of all, in Nigeria, with the population of over 200 million people, we have less than 85 cinemas. So the Lagos State where I base, like they own about, if not 60% of the cinemas in Nigeria, only in Lagos State. So you cannot say maybe the remaining 40% is being shared among 35 states. And so let me use the state where I'm from, Delta. They only have five major cities in Delta State, but you can only find cinema in just 2. So which means if I'm in a location and I want to see the movie FastX, I need to travel for like 45 minutes to 1 hour before I can see the movie. So that has been like a big challenge. So if they can have maybe like more cinemas in every major cities in Nigeria, that would like in a way help the challenge in the movie industry. I'm also looking at piracy as well. Piracy has been a big challenge, not just only in Hollywood movies, also in Hollywood and Bollywood, because even sometimes the movie will just release in less than 5 days in the cinema. People already downloading the movie online. Even sometimes you see the movie in your CD plates on the setup where we call the CD. People even have them already on their flash drive. So piracy has also been a major challenge in Nigeria as well. And doing business, the cinema business in Nigeria is not an easy business. Like what I would say, it's not an easy road for one to. It's not a bed of roses, because one, you have the government policies that might just come up to say, oh, maybe because now you want to censor a movie. Maybe a word that might just be in the movie, because of that word, you might not get approval for that movie. And you've already made payments for the censorship of that movie. So you can imagine you paying to censor a movie. At the end, they will tell you this movie will not fly because of XYZ, because of a particular scene, because of a particular character in that movie. So, and nobody is going to refund your money back to you. So that is one, doing business as well. I'm also looking at doing business, not just only the cinema or the movie business. Doing business in Nigeria in general is challenging, because looking at the power, the power is a challenge in Nigeria. So, and now the cost of running the diesel in Nigeria is like, per liter is like 850 naira to 900 naira for a liter of diesel.
Costs of owning, what, Tega?
Okay, the cost of, we are having the power, what we call electricity issues. Mm. So which means you need either a solar or a generator to power your business. Yeah, so, wow. And because of you need maybe like a diesel generator. So, and the cost of diesel in Nigeria is very, very expensive. So people buy a liter of diesel up to like 1,000 naira. So you can imagine, maybe like just buying a liter of diesel for like, you are in UK, so let me say like 50 pounds, or if not up to 100 pounds, just to get a liter of diesel. So then you cannot imagine how do they really survive? You have staff to pay, you have maintenance, you have rent. So these are really big challenges presently in the film or in the Nigerian market. And also, when we're looking at the challenge, we're also looking at the opportunity angles as well. What are the opportunities? Like I said before, we have less than 85 cinemas for a population of over 200 million. So if we now have investors that come to, we want to do maybe modern cinemas in different cities, like each cities, you have, if each city you have different cinemas. So that will really go a long way, like on opportunities. Now investors will come in. People don't need to travel for hours just to see a particular movie. So now the movie is just at your doorstep. So in that case, more businesses and people will get employed as well. And investors will also going to make their money in a way, because now more people, when they see the distance as a barrier, distance will no longer be a barrier, because in less than 5, 10, 20 minutes, you are seeing a movie. So everybody, now you now have more people. So let's assume if we have a box office for, let me say, for a week of release of 200 million naira, we can say maybe, we are looking at maybe like 4 to 500 million naira in release if we have more cinemas. So in that way, you as an investor, you are making your money, you are making your return, you are getting back your return. That's also a challenge for not just the cinema and the movie industry as well. And also, another opportunity is that people get to know more of your brand. And when you are then brand will love to come and work with you because they know you are everywhere. And because when they know your brand is strong, if I may use that word, you have a strong brand. So people will intend to do business with you because they know you are global. Because at the click of, when they just click on the Google, your name, your top, they just see your locations, and they also have a market there. So they will easily work with you as well. So that's just some of the challenges and the opportunities in the Nigerian market.
You're listening to the Movie Marketing and Distribution podcast powered by Auchi Edo. How is your marketing strategy right now? Are there areas you want to improve? Or perhaps you are looking for some fresh inspiration and ideas on how to remain ahead of the curve? Well, the Auchi Edo Marketing Scorecard is a completely free resource to identify your marketing strengths and opportunities in less than 5 minutes. Head over to scorecard.auchieedo.com and you'll receive a personalized report on your marketing, what's working well, areas of improvement, and quick wins. So that's scorecard.auchieedo.com. Score your marketing today with Auchi Edo at scorecard.auchieedo.com. And now back to the show. In terms of the brand, I was interested to hear about that. Are you thinking about like audiences recognizing, say, the Silverbird cinema brand or the distribution brand? Or is it more business partners as well?
Okay, so talking about brand coming on board for that cinemas or movie. So most time brand look at the location of your cinema. Where is your cinema located? Okay, presently the Silverbird Cinema, the one in what we call the ICM Ikeja City Mall, is the most visited cinemas in the whole of Nigeria. So like on daily basis, we have thousands of people that visit the cinemas. So it is easier for the Silverbird Group to convince a brand to work with us because they know people will go there, they put traction, and not just that, and they know the cinema experience is something you can't really get elsewhere. So because one thing we do at Silverbird Cinema is when you come to our cinema to see any movie, there's what we call the cinema experience. So when you go back, you tell your friends, to tell their friends, to tell even their enemies to come to the Silverbird Cinema to see a movie because the cinema experience you get is something you can't get elsewhere. So now let me talk about the brand. We've done like 4 blockbuster movies for the first and second quarter of the year. So when we approach some of this brand, okay, this is a project where the John Wick brand is not a small brand, and same with the FastX brand as well. So because people already know this brand are popular and they are big franchise, so it is easier for you to sell it to a brand because they know that people will go out there to see the movie. And because we as a cinema, we already promised this brand, the advert is supposed to run on a cinema screen. So that is part of their benefits. And working with the Silverbird Group, you don't only have advert on the cinema screen, you have advert placement on our radio stations, you have advert placement on our television stations, and you also have advert placement on the Silverbird locations. We have the Silverbird Galleria in Lagos and Abuja. We also have more that are coming up as well. So with that, it is easier for us to actually sell our movies, a movie project to brands. Okay, this is you stand to get XYZ benefit. So in that, the brand said, okay, now what is the movie? Well, we also have movies that brand didn't really show interest because the movie is not really a big title, if I may use a word. But like from Plane, we have the Techno Mobile that came on board for Plane, Decline Wine, and the Fearless. Then for the John Wick, we have the Melbets, it's a betting brand. We have the Domino and the Costone. We have Domino, Costone, we have Melbet, we have Fearless energy drink, who are like a family because they know the Silverbird brand. So they always come on board in all our projects. Then for the FastX, if you can say the shirt I'm wearing presently, is the shirt one of our sponsor did for the movie FastX. I don't know if you can see it clearly.
Yeah, it's looking good. If you're listening, it's a cool T-shirt.
Okay, so here we have one of our sponsors' logo. On this other end, we have a sponsor logo to Infinix Mobile, Nescafe, and on this underhand, we have the JSC Motors. And on this hand, we have the Fearless energy drink. So this brand said, okay, now what we are planning for the movie FastX. So this brand said, okay, how we need to do something different from what people are used to, because most time people just said, okay, the movie is releasing, they just come for the red carpet, the premiere, and so on. But we're not saying, okay, for FastX, let's do the FastX road show. Here we bring in the bikers, the sidecars, and bring in luxury cars.
So tell me about FastX, because you got all these brands together to launch the movie.
Yes. Okay. So for the FastX, we have to okay, let's do something different, because we at Silverbird Difference, we try to create an experience, an unforgettable experience that even in your sleep you dream about the Silverbird experience. And I said, okay, let's do the FastX roadshow. So I had a meeting with my team. I said, okay, let's do a roadshow. It's something nobody had ever done before in a movie. We know the FastX is all about car racing, the bike, and everything. Let's replicate something here in Nigeria that people will love to see, that will catch people's attention, people will be excited to see. So, okay, we have the Bikers Club in Lagos, in Nigeria. Let's invite the Bikers Club to just come and do some stunts, some drift. We have the Cyclers Club as well. Let's invite them. Then now we need an auto brand that fit in the movie, that understand what FastX is really all about, that understand the market and what people really need. And we approach the JAC brand, JAC by Elizabeth. So, and they saw they know the movie, they were like, wow, this is a good opportunity for them to launch their JA7 brand, and they just key into FastX. And also Infinix Mobile. So they were about launching their Infinix Note 30. And also Nescafe, they were like, oh, where the energy, we want to come on board to be part of this huge project. And same with the Fearless energy drink. They were like, wow, the energy for the bikers, the cyclists, the people. FastX is all about energy. So Fearless, oh, well, this is a good opportunity for us to also sell our product using the FastX platform. And same with other, like the Ank, who also came on board. So we have a lot of movies. Okay, we have like a week-long event from the roadshow to the premiere to the FastX party. The interesting part of the FastX party took place not just only in Lagos. In Lagos, Abuja, Uyo, we have all Silverbird cinemas. And also other cinemas also sent us a mail that they want to take part in the FastX. They want to have like a FastX party, like the Ebony Life and some other cinemas. Also, so they want to create something around the FastX. So that was what we really did. And so when this brand saw what, like a week-long plan for the movie FastX, and they key into it, and looking at our target for the movie FastX, we need to create an experience that will bring people to the cinema. So not only us meeting our target, but also surpassing our target by 200%. So that's our target for the movie FastX.
Wow.
Yes.
That's really exciting. And what I love about it is that you're creating all this value for the brands, and you're bringing audiences to the cinema and bringing audiences to the brands. It's an amazing Yeah, like it's giving value to everyone
Everyone,
in the whole
yes.
system. Yeah, very, very cool. Is that generally in Nigeria? Are you doing a lot of? Is it a lot of digital marketing now? It must be, right? So you're on like what platforms do you advertise on normally? Is it Google or are you in different social
Okay,
media?
so presently we exploit all platforms. We use Google, we use social media, we use radio, we use television, we do billboard, we do lamp-pole, we do the moving boxes. We also place advert on the moving boxes because we know that people will see them, and because we know there's traffic everywhere. Sometimes there's traffic, so get to see this moving boxes. So we have the radio, TV, moving boxes, lamp-pole, then social media as well. Because now social media is one of the strongest platforms for you to promote your brand or whatever you're selling. So we also take like 60% is like on social media, then the remaining 40% we share it within Google and other platforms to promote our movies.
And okay, yeah, no, that makes sense. So this has been great. I really love talking to you, Tega. Tell me what's next. You've got some big movies coming out. I can't wait to see Mission Impossible this year.
Yes. Okay, I just can't wait to share you plans for the movie Mission Impossible.
Oh wow!
Okay. Transformer is next week Friday, but let me just keep that a secret. But let me just give you like a little expo. Let me call it expo to Mission Impossible. So Mission Impossible, we also have like a week plan for Mission Impossible that will not only take place only in Lagos, but also Abuja, Uyo, Port Harcourt, and major cities in Nigeria. So we intend to do like a game night. The game night, people will come, like over 2,000 people will be on the platform where they're playing different games. PS4. Then we're also bringing our local games as well. Bringing our local games, like we have like the Ayo, the Ludo, the Draft, the Jenga, Snooker, Scrabble, chairs, bringing in different games, bringing on different games on the platform. And I don't know if you heard the word called Sip and Paint. Sip and Paint. So we're also introducing the Sip and Paint game as well, where like it's an art entertainment game where you sit down to paint, to draw, to make a painting. You can decide to paint. Maybe I want to paint the picture of the queen or the king. So we try to bring in everybody together to see, let's do something, let's network, let's interact. And along the line, there's music, there's food, there's drink. People just network and interact in general. So we tend to do more this time for the movie Mission Impossible. So we tend to say, okay, is there any game we can call like the impossible game? Let's do something that people are not used to. Because for the Transformer, we tend to do the car racing, not like the car racing, but the go-karting and other paintball as well. So we have a lot of activities for the first and second quarter for the year. Then for the other movies we have from the third quarter, we also have a lot of plans for them as well. And the Silverbird Film Distribution is open to collaborations with more studios, and we're also open to distribution. So if any studios will get to watch this video, and I assure them that they will be well distributed, and they will make their money. Like that's something I assure them with, that we are open for distribution and also to get more studio to work with as well. And we are hoping that maybe Fast and Furious 11, so maybe if they can also come to Nigeria to shoot a scene. Trust me, it would be nice to have like a scene, a Nigeria scene in the movie, in the Fast and Furious franchise.
Yeah, they need to do that. They need to have I mean, that would be incredible. They need to have that chase in Lagos or something.
Yes.
But that's really exciting, Tega. It's really exciting. I love those plans about the idea of bringing people together, different ways to think about that and making it into an experience. And Yeah, I think, it's a great showcase for what you're doing and for Silverbird. So thank you for taking the time today. I've really enjoyed it.
Thank you, Alex. It's my pleasure.
You've been listening to the Movie Marketing and Distribution podcast, powered by Auchi Edo. If you want to know more about how Auchi Edo can transform your marketing and distribution, just head over to auchiedo.com, or why not drop me an email at alex@auchiedo.com. But in the meantime, thank you again for listening, and look forward to welcoming you back on the podcast very soon.